Hi everybody, it's Tina Plackinger. Thank you for joining me today for Revelation 21. Alrighty. Revelation 21 is all things made new. The city. This is John talking. John does most of the talking here. He does interact with the angels, and God. Now I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth have passed away. Also, there was no more sea. Then I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the heavens saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. God himself will be with them and be their God. And God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There shall be no more death, nor sorrow, nor crying. No more crying. Crying is not even going to exist. There will be no crying. There shall be no more pain, for the former things have passed away. Then he who sat on the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said to me, Write, for these words are true in faith. Write, for these words are true and faithful. God has his writers. And he said to me, It is done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give of the fountain of the water of life freely to him who thirsts. He who overcomes shall inherit all things. That's us, folks. That's us. We are overcomers. Verse 7. He who overcomes shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. But the cowardly, unbelieving, abominable, murderers, sexually immoral, sorcerers, idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burns with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Verse 9 begins the New Jerusalem. Then one of the seven angels who had the seven bowls filled with the seven last plagues came to me and talked with me, saying, Come, I will show you the bride, the Lamb's wife. And he carried me away in the Spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me the great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from God, having the glory of God. Her light was like a most precious stone, like a jasper stone, clear as crystal. Also, she had a great and high wall with 12 gates, and 12 angels at the gates, and names written on them, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. 3 gates on the east, 3 gates on the north, 3 gates on the south, and 3 gates on the west. Now the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and on them were the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. And he who talked with me had a gold reed to measure the city, its gates, and its wall. The city is laid out as a square. Its length is as great as its breadth. I'm assuming that's the width. And he measured the city with the reed, 12,000 furlongs. Its length, breadth, and height are equal. And on the side I wrote 1,400 miles. Then he measured its wall, 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man, that is, of an angel. I wrote 216 feet thick. So the walls are 216 feet thick. The construction of its wall was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like clear glass. The foundations of the wall of the city were adorned with all kinds of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third chalcedony, the fourth emerald, the fifth sardonyx, the sixth sardius, the seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl, the ninth topaz, the 10th chrysoprase. That might be incorrect. Chrysoprase, the 11th jacinth, and the 12th amethyst. The 12 gates were 12 pearls. These are the pearly gates, guys. They're where St. Peter stands at the pearly gates. If you were raised Catholic, you heard all the Catholic grade school jokes. Okay? These are the pearly gates right here. The 12 gates were 12 pearls. Each individual gate was of 1 pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold, like transparent glass. But I saw no temple in it, for the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are its temple. It's got to be a beautiful thing. It's got to be a beautiful thing. Verse 23. The city had no need for the sun or of the moon to shine in it, for the glory of God illuminated it. The Lamb is its light. And the nations of those who are saved shall walk in its light, and the kings of the earth bring their glory and honor into it. Its gates shall not be shut at all by day. There shall be no night there. And they shall bring the glory and the honor of the nations into it. But there shall by no means enter it anything that defiles or causes an abomination or a lie. God doesn't like lies. He doesn't like lies or liars. Last verse, verse 27, I'll reiterate. But there shall be no means enter it anything that defiles. But there shall by no means enter it anything that defiles or causes an abomination or a lie, but only those who are written in the Lamb's book of life. Thank you for joining me today. Boy, that's some nice stuff there to look forward to. I don't know what to say. It's got to be a beautiful thing. So, we stay in the fight. We focus on Jesus. We live one day at a time. We are overcomers. And together we can do this thing. God bless you, and I will see you soon.